Good morning. I'm Elle Brodsky, founder of Yoga Buzz. When we first partnered with Gateway Arch Park Foundation in the fall of 2015 for the Sunrise Yoga Series in downtown St. Louis, we had no idea that we were starting a new tradition here in our city. While we're not able to practice in person right now for, the obvious reasons, we are very grateful that we're able to continue our Tuesday morning tradition with a virtual Sunrise Yoga Series. I want to say a big thank you to our partners at Gateway Arch Park Foundation for their continued support and partnership, as well as the Gateway Arch National Park for being such a beautiful background for these classes. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon.
Hey everyone, my name is Becca, and my biggest passion here is to help you come into your body in a way that is really accepting and compassionate and loving. Maybe we can use that word. That's okay, that we can love ourselves. And really my philosophy is you can't mess this up. I think that's really important to layer in right from the beginning, that there's not a better or worse way to be. There's not a right or wrong way to be. If you're wondering if you're doing it right, just assume that you are. You can't get it right because you also can't get it wrong. But this is meant to serve you. You're not coming to my class. This is your class. So really own yourself, own your body. This practice is going to be really focused on trust, self-trust specifically. I thank you for trusting me to guide you and being here in this space with you. And this is an invitation to welcome in trust for yourself, that you might actually know what you're doing, that you might actually know what you want to do, that your body is an okay guru, it's an okay teacher. So trust yourself. I'm going to start standing right off the bat. If you're if you're being called and led to lie down or sit down, great. So wherever you decide to start, let's take a moment to just settle in. If you notice that you have to pee, great, pause this and go to the bathroom. If you notice you're really hungry, great, pause this, take care of yourself. Anything that you might want, I really like to practice with water, something to write with in case something wants to come out, anything at all that might support you in this space. So take your time, no rush. When you get there, I'm going to invite you to become aware of your lower half. I have feet. Maybe you wiggle the toes. If you have toes, that's a really beautiful blessing. So become aware of your feet if you got them. Heels. Just notice. Then I also have ankles, shins, knees, thighs. Yeah. Bum. Groin, genitals, hips. And then this is an invitation to kind of open, soften. This is a space that you are free to take up. So get really big here. Open up the low belly, soften the glutes. And then allow that to welcome in the breath. You don't really have to force the breath at all. Our job is to just make space. So allow your body to get as big as it wants here today. You can open that into the belly some more. I got my crop top on, so there's lots of space for it. This is a space that in general, globally, we are taught to disconnect from and make really like that. I have a long story with that, I'll tell you later. But just get that as big as you can today. Allow the sides to release, the back, the tail, low belly, mid belly, just open up. Again, in service to the breath, just softening to allow the breath to come in. You don't have to work for it. Really easy today. Open up the chest. Maybe some sounds or some movement feels really nice. Follow that. Shoulders. And then maybe I have arms and fingers, wrists, kind of mirroring what happened in the low body. The fingers, just like the toes, kind of wiggling those. The wrists, like the ankles, going up to the elbows. Biceps. connecting here with your whole body. Noticing my neck. Ooh. Any movements that want to follow as I tune in. Any sounds, any expression. Welcome here. And then continue opening up the throat. Again, another place that we're like taught to just shrink a little bit. So like feel free to get really loud. Feel free to get really big in your voice. I love it. I want to hear you. And then we'll open up in the head, the mind, beautiful, gorgeous mind that you have. Like, open up the whole face. Just allow in the breath. Again, this is not like I have to work for the breath. It's just let me soften and surrender my body in service to that coming in, because it wants to. Welcome your whole self here. This is a space that you are completely accepted. This is a place that you are wholly loved. You're completely welcome. So if you know that there are parts of you that you tend to shut out or want to hide, no problem. That's great. That's welcome too. Invite those in and invite that fact in as well. We all have them. And then just let yourself be breathed. It might feel nice to close the eyes. It might not. Sometimes I like to just kind of observe what's going on in my experience. I'm down here by the arch, so there's lots to look at, lots of sounds. There's lots of ways to come into this space. Welcome. And then perhaps you savor the breath a little longer. How slow can I let it in, and how slow can I let it out? And then we'll just invite in some really gentle movements. So wherever, again, feel like wherever you are, trust that that's great. We'll roll the shoulders down and away. So if you're on your back, just kind of shimmying the shoulders underneath yourself, opening up the heart. I like to think of this as like tucking my wings. My shoulder blades kind of pinch together as my chest opens up. And then I'm going to take my arms and open them. So taking my thumbs and opening them out away from my body to really open up in my chest. Woo! Trust that that's an okay thing to do. It's a little vulnerable, I get it. Open up here. And then same thing, check back in with the hips. We're going to stay open here. So for me, I just noticed as I did that, my hips were like, nope. It's a scary thing to open your heart. So that's great. But just be mindful of like, is there tension that wants to transfer? When you're ready, really your time. You're the boss here. I want to be clear about that. I'm not the boss. You're the boss. So when you're ready, when it feels natural and delicious to you, on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, whoo, just float them back down. So just taking a little snow angel wherever you are doing this is great. Inhale, sweep it up, open up, maybe stretch. Exhale, float it down. Take a couple of those on your own breath, your time. Inhale. Exhale, like we're preparing to launch. I'm going to cue from standing. If you don't want to be standing, again, that's great. You can do this on your back, seated, some other way. I trust that you can figure it out. Find what feels delicious for you. On an inhale again, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. And then keeping the softness in the hips, we'll just float on forward. So if you're in a chair, you can just kind of fold into yourself. If you're on your back, you can bring your legs up towards you. I like to have like a strap or a towel or something to help me make space for that. But here we're just gonna fold into ourselves. Take a couple breaths. Soften to yourself. This is a space to open to yourself. Again, receive the breath. If you need a little reminder of how incredible you are, I think it's flippin' fantastic that you are here right now. So just stay with that attitude that, like, you're great. You're doing great. Release any part of the body that is holding on. That's an indicator that your body's trying to protect you, which is a beautiful gift. And knowing that we are safe here, we are accepted here, we can just soothe our bodies. Let our bodies know that it can let go if it wants. It doesn't have to. And then when you feel ready, we'll come back to our feet. Remember that we have them. And slowly, as you want, start to peel ourselves back up to stand, or back up to seat, or back up to lying down. If it feels nice, you can take that inhale, arms up overhead, and then exhale, we'll gather at the heart. We'll take a moment to just check in with how that's going so far. I like to go really a lot slower than people usually want to go. So part of the practice too is recognizing, am I pissed off? Am I frustrated? Am I annoyed? Am I... Great, that's not a problem either. Welcome that in. Those are just things to be aware of. That's the practice too. So slower than you want to go, connect back with your whole body again. Oh yeah, I have feet, I have legs, hips, belly, back, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, head. Let it receive the breath. When you feel ready, inhale, arms up overhead. This time we'll pause at the center and just see if we can, like, reach a little bit more, like there's something on the top shelf that's like, and then from here we'll grab onto the right wrist with the left. Just kind of press up and away, and then stretch on over to the left. So we're just taking a little crescent moon banana shape type situation here, just getting long in the side body in between the ribs. And then really, can you ground into this right hip as if you're holding on to one end of the rubber band? And then that's in service to the stretch. So kind of two things happening here. And then same thing, soften. Let the breath in. If any movements or sounds here want to come in, take those. Maybe it feels nice to trust yourself a little bit more and fly off this right foot. And then we'll release back to center. Do whatever you got to do to release that. And then when you feel ready, your time. On the inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Again, kind of reach, grounding into the feet in service to the stretch. And then when you're ready, we'll grab onto the left wrist. Same thing, really grounding into that left hip, using it to help us make space in the body. Might feel nice to kind of look up over this left shoulder. It might feel nice to kind of hug yourself a little bit from the inside as you fly off into this left foot, a little balance. And then as you feel ready, release down. Same thing, take a second. Be a little show, so take a second to regroup yourself. And then when you're ready, we'll take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then again, exhale, forward fold. This time, we'll take a halfway lift. So I'm going to, again, I like to go really slower than a lot of people want because it's important to go through the integration. Here I'm going to take my hips, and as if somebody's helping me out, holding me here, I'm going to keep my hips plugged back, and as I take my inhale, your inhale, I'm going to roll myself up halfway. So here I like to roll the shoulders down and away, same thing as before, open up the heart here. And then as if somebody also was helping you out here, had their hand on the top of your head, on the crown. You got a crown on. And then press the top of the head just flat into this hand. So sometimes people tend to look up, and that actually shortens the spine in the neck. So we really want to, the idea here is to create a lot of space in the spine. So again, plug the hips back, roll the shoulders down, plug the head straight forward. As if somebody could like have a little tea party in the back of your neck. So inhale here, and then exhale. So we'll do that a couple times just to get the muscle memory in. Again, on an inhale, kind of use the breath, ride the wave of it. Plug the hips back, roll the shoulders down, plug the head forward, and then exhale, fold. As I'm sitting here using my blocks, I realize that I didn't tell you about them. Blocks are my very favorite prop. They help me make a lot of space. And so if you have those, maybe books or even like another chair or something, they can help you kind of bring the ground to you, which I really like. So take as many of these riding the waves up and exhales down as feel like your body wants. Again, if you're doing this in a chair, you can slide your hands halfway. If you're lying down, I'll just invite you to see if you can lengthen the spine as you kind of oscillate between folding up and lying down. And then when you're ready, again, find the feet, peel yourself up nice and slow. Like, challenge yourself to take more time with yourself than you normally do. And then I like to keep the inhale going as my arms come up overhead, keep the glutes really soft as I exhale, gathered at the heart. Great job. Beautiful. When you're ready, again, find the feet. I like to imagine I'm on like the edge of a diving board. I have an embarrassing story about that. Again, I'll tell you later, remind me. But use kind of this as I notice, like as if I'm pressing into the diving board, you'll notice there's this reverb happening. Right? Like it springs back up. So that's, I always like to be like, oh, there's an answer here. There's a response. I'm supported. So feel into your own diving board, your own spring connection, and use it on your inhale when you're ready. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, soften the glutes as you forward fold. Inhale softly again, catch the wave. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, oh hey B, we're going to step the left foot long into a lunge. So here again, really take your time. I'm noticing that my left hip is like, ooh, I am not ready to be in a lunge. So like, take care of your body here. I'm gonna again plug this right hip back, kind of squaring off the hips, bringing this left hip a little bit forward. And then you can keep this back knee lifted, or if it feels nice, softly lower to the ground. I always love to start there. Gives me just a like good morning, you know. And if you're in a chair, you can just keep your bum on the chair and step that left foot back. And then if you're lying down, I trust that you'll find some way to feel delicious in your body. So here I'm just gonna, again, like surrender to the breath. There's a lot of the same concepts coming in that you can apply. And here, like, if there's resistance in this left hip, which for me there's a ton, it's not an invitation to, like, fight it. When we resist the resistance, it, like, binds it up. So, like, let the resistance be here, no problem. Of course we have tension in our hips, all right? So I'm going to just soften. Woo! How much space can I make for that resistance? Let the breath come in. And then same thing, I'm going to roll the shoulders down and open. Again, this is why I love blocks, is because they help make it feel nice for me. Pause here for just a moment. And then check in what feels nice to you. Sometimes I really like to float through this kind of runner stretch by sinking my hips back towards my heels, straightening this right knee, not fully straightening it, but like extending it, and then flexing the toes back towards the face. I'm going to keep the openness in the heart here if I choose that. And then it's like sometimes I just like to rock myself in. There's, again, no right way to do this. This is a creative expression of your body. So trust yourself here. Take a little back bend. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that left knee back up. So power up that back knee. And then we'll kind of find a little bit of a momentum as I bring this left foot forward, back into a forward fold. Take a breath, or however many you need here. Take a breath. That's like it's already there. You just get to receive it. So let it in. If it feels nice, you can take a couple halfway lifts, letting your breath guide you. Any movement here that feels delicious is welcome. And then when you're ready again, we'll find the feet and kind of pull up energy with you as I inhale, sweep it on up. Arms can come up overhead. Exhale, gather at the heart. And then we'll just pause. Take a second again to adjust. Anything you gotta do. My glutes are like, can I just have like, open me, soften, like, so I'm gonna actually take my hands to my bum. I'm literally in public grabbing my butt, I don't care. Like, give yourself a little massage. Okay, you're allowed to touch yourself. Anywhere that's like, whew, you can kind of help it make space. And then when you feel like you're ready to go to the other side, if you liked that and you want to do it on the other side, great. If you're like, I don't want to do that again, great. So this is an invitation. Again, I trust that you can find what feels delicious for you. I'm not worried for you. I'm going to connect back to my feet. I'm here on this diving board, this thing that is giving me energy back. It's a beautiful thing. So as I kind of find the softness in my knees, I can allow in that spring action. And then when you're ready, it's like you're diving off, like inhale, sweep it up. Exhale. Your breath is the guide here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And as we do, we'll step the right leg back this time. Take a moment to settle in. I like to plug this right heel back as well as this left hip back. So the tendency is to kind of like get a little cattywampus. I don't know if that's the word, but like a little off center. So here's just a squaring off the hips. We'll plug the left hip back and that right hip kind of comes forward. And then if it feels nice, you can lower that right knee. And then I'll take a moment to open up the heart, roll the shoulders down and away. And then same thing, stay with your body. Like you might notice me adjusting my left hip is like, I am not ready to be here right now. So I'm like, okay, great. No problem. I'm going to help you coax into here. I don't want to force my body to do something that it doesn't want to do or not ready. That's not in service. So when you feel like you are there, wherever there is for you, again, open up the heart. Dare to be vulnerable here with yourself. Maybe you take a slight back bend. I got this beautiful sunshine happening. Easy to receive that. And then it might feel nice to kind of sink the hips back, extend this left leg, flex the left toes back towards the face, come into half splits. And I always kind of like to roll through those. So take your time wherever feels delicious. Trust that. Great. Then when you feel ready, we'll roll back on forward. Again, power up this back knee. And then from here, find that momentum, step it forward, forward fold. Woo. Shimmy out the butt if you want. Soften the knees. Let the neck go. Come to this forward fold. If you want, on an inhale, find that halfway lift. Again, tea party in the back of the neck. As if we can just stretch the spine. Receive the breath. And then when you feel ready, inhale, we'll sweep it up. Exhale, gather at the heart. Beautiful. Find the diving board in the knees. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, this time we'll plant the palms, step both feet back, and come into down dog. So the hips are going to be kind of the point of your V. Heels are plugging down towards the earth. I like to kind of pedal out my feet, allow the hamstrings to some space to get here. And then finding the back of the heart, pressing into the hands, gripping here. And then softly let the neck go. So heels are rooted, palms are rooted, and then there's this really deep lift in the hips. However many breaths here feel delicious to you, take them. And then from here, I'll imagine my belly just wraps itself towards the spine. So that's that hug from the inside I was saying earlier. And keeping the belly wrapped, knees start to hug towards each other. Hug, hug, hug as I slowly lower down, almost a hover. Maybe you pause before you get there. Hug the thighs, knees, belly in. You got it. Breathe. If you stop breathing, lower. And then we'll come to tabletop. So hands and knees. If you're noticing your wrists are like, I am not ready to have anything on me right now, any weight, you can come off the wrists and just do a couple circles, maybe flashes, shake it out. Then we'll come to a few iterations of cat-cow. So that's just flexing and extending the spine. On the inhale, we'll dump the belly. So bum sticks out, pelvis dumps. Belly stretches, roll the shoulders down and away, and then look up. So making a U shape with your spine. Inhale, and then exhale, starting to plug the belly in towards the spine, tucking the tail, rounding here, pulling away, shoulder blades splay outward, neck comes through last, making N shape. I don't know what kind of shape this is, but the opposite of a U. And then continuing through with your breath. So just finding a lot of space in the spine here. They say you're only as happy as your back is, which I have experienced, very true. So really gentle here. Any off the railroad is encouraged. Kind of taking it into snake-like, maybe around in a circle. Again, can't mess it up. And then when you feel ready, we'll come back to table, tuck the toes, roll the shoulders down and away, start to find that hug of the belly. Imagine the thighs hugging together, and same way we got down here, we'll slowly lift back into down dog. Shake out the neck. And then this time, we'll gently walk the hands back towards the feet, come to a forward fold back here. I'm taking my legs a little wider this time, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. And then I like to just kind of shimmy and shake here, get into the inner thighs, let go of the rules that you think we have on here. There are none. And then as you feel ready, peel it on up. come to stand. Great. We're going to do a little chest exercise. I'm not going to do a chest fall. I can't catch you, but that would be cool. But we're going to come to the back of our space. I don't have a mat. If you have a mat or wherever you are, we'll just come to mountain pose, Tadasana. Find the feet again. We'll check back in with the whole body. Your whole self is invited here, so bring that earthly aspect of you. And then I'll invite you to find something to focus on ahead. Some point to sort of ground you, focus on. I'm going to use this pole right here. And then this is the chest part. I'm going to keep my gaze forward. I'm going to lock in on this. I'm going to open up my heart. Here I am offering, and then I'm just going to take a step forward. I'm going to do that again. Because what I see a lot of people do, they're like, yeah, okay, I got it. And then they look down and take a step forward. And this is an opportunity to really trust. Make sure, first of all, I should have said that there's not any like children or pets or anything that you're going to trip over. But like, ground in, keeping the gaze forward. Maybe you kind of open up the heart, find a lot of length in the neck, and then when you feel ready, step it forward. Beautiful. Do that as many times as you want. And then one last time, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive it on forward. Any last movements that feel really delicious to you, I'm encouraging you to take. Until eventually, we're going to come on down. I'll invite you to swing the legs around, come onto your bum. If you want one last little belly engagement, you can hug the knees, thighs in towards yourself, hug the belly in, and see if you can, as slow as you can go, roll yourself on down. I like to hug my knees into the chest, maybe open them out wide. Anything that wants to happen in your body, I literally have no idea, so trust yourself here. Anything that feels like your body is calling for, I think it's a beautiful act of self-love to listen and act on it. So it might feel nice to hug the knees in towards the chest. Might feel nice to take a couple recline twists, just lowering the knees onto one side and then the other. I'm loving my view right now. Got the trees, the sky, so good. And then finally together we'll take one full body inhale. Open it up. And then exhale as if you're just like melting into the earth. This is the part where it's like you just cooked the meat. You're in a meat suit. And now it's like, let the juices integrate. Oh my God, it feels so good. Open up to yourself here. Stay as long as you like. I'll invite you again to slower than you want to go. When you're ready to get up, take a couple more minutes. That's an edge here. If you assumed your whole body and your whole self was accepted, what would it feel like? This is a practice of opening up to every part of you. To let yourself be breathed, to let yourself be loved from the inside. Find your breath. Oh yeah, I'm breathing. Let it help you find your body. We can really only feel the breath when it's inside, so where in your body do you feel your breath? Coming back to your whole body. As always, any sounds, movements, adjustments, anything at all is welcome here to serve you. So this is the part of the practice that I think is really, really critical. It's the time that, you're in a meat suit. You are meat, you are flesh and bones, you are animals. So just like when you cook meat and all of these juices start flowing, you let it settle. So this is the space to give those juices that you just cooked up time and space to integrate before you cut into your day. So take longer than you think is necessary. When you want to get up, stay some more. Let your body rest. Let it receive. Open up to yourself here. Welcome whatever's here. Find your breath. Oh yeah, I'm breathing. Use it to find your body. Bring you back into your space, into your home. Any movements, any wiggles, any sounds, anything is welcome. There's nothing here that could come up that would not be accepted and loved, so welcome yourself back, all of you. Same thing as we started, if there are parts you like to push out the door, special invitation for those to come back. Yeah, bring them all. And then when you feel like you've gathered yourself, when you feel like you're ready, slowly, gently we'll roll on to one side. I always love to pause here because it just screams cuddling to me. Ooh, I love snuggling. So I think this is an invitation for you to remember that we can snuggle ourselves. That you can give yourself some snuggles, kisses maybe, love. You're so snuggable, so you get to be the big or the little spoon, whichever you choose, maybe both. And when you feel ready, we'll press ourselves up, come back to a seat. And as we kind of seal in this practice, adjust my pants here. As we seal in this practice, I like to place the hands on my body. Remember that I'm here in a body breathing. And oftentimes at the end of yoga practice, we hear namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And I think that's beautiful, yes. And I don't know about you, but I got a lot of stuff that I don't really consider light in me. And that's seen too. That's here too. So my whole self, the mess side of me, the dark side of me, the all of me is here honoring and seeing all of you. Your whole mess, your whole dark side, your whole stuff you want to hide. I see you. You're welcome here. So my whole self sees and honors your whole self. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing yourself here, for trusting both me and you. It's a beautiful gift. Thank you.
thank you for taking the time to practice with us this morning and keeping the Sunrise Yoga Series tradition alive. Gratitude to our partners at the Gateway Arch Park Foundation for being our continued partners in this series. We continue to offer these classes at no cost and hope that you'll help to support us by sharing these classes on your social media with your friends and family, or considering a financial contribution in any amount to help keep our work of making yoga accessible and inclusive throughout the St. Louis area. You can visit yogabuzz.org for more information or to make a donation or to purchase a cool Yoga Buzz shirt. You can also support Gateway Arch Park Foundation through their website. Thank you so much.